Hi everybody, welcome to Asana. Let's get started on the mat today in a butterfly position, Baddha Konasana. So your feet, the soles of your feet are together, knees are wide open, draping towards the mat. Bring your hands to your heels and try to lengthen your spine here. Then just close your eyes. Start to focus on your breath. Deep inhales through your nose and exhales through your nose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you can, or if you want to, think about an intention you want to set, maybe for the practice or for your day. Hold on to that thought for a moment as you continue to breathe slowly and deeply through your nose. And then allow that thought to just flutter away, knowing that your intention remains in your subconscious. And now we can move into the asana practice, focusing on the breath, linking it with the movement. Open your eyes on your inhale. Exhale, perhaps starting to walk your hands a little further forward on the mat, getting a little deeper into your hips, or perhaps just staying lifted. If it feels good in your body to do so, take it. If it doesn't, just do the other. Always focusing on what feels good in your body. Take another breath here. Then slowly start to walk your hands back in front of your legs, lengthening your spine. Bring one leg up and over to meet the other leg and roll onto your hips, coming into a tabletop position, facing the short edge of the mat, shoulders stacked right over wrists and hips right over heels. Inhale as you drop your belly for cow, looking up. Exhale, rounding your spine towards the ceiling, gazing at your navel for cat. Inhale, take your cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Good. Tuck your toes under. Start to shift the weight into your balls of your feet so you can lift your kneecaps up. Then push your hips up and back, coming into down dog. Maybe walking the dog, bending one knee at a time, finding an alternate hamstring stretch. Breathing deeply here, pushing those hands firmly into the mat. Good. And on your next inhale, move your shoulders up over your wrists, coming into high plank pose. Hold your plank, build a little bit of heat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway, bending at your elbows. Then lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes. Lift your head, your heart, your shoulders. Come into cobra. Take that back bend. Exhale as you lower down. Push the mat away as you tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Come up into down dog, hips going up and back. Perhaps walking your dog again if you want. Maybe bending both knees and lifting those hips really high, trying to find length in your spine. Good. Then bend your knees, lift your heels, look forward in between your hands. Gently walk to the top of the mat. Maybe one big step, maybe a few. Take your forward fold on your exhale. Inhale as you lengthen your spine, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to stand with a flat back, arms come overhead, slight back bend as you look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, sit your hips back and down, coming into chair pose. Get the weight into the backs of your feet, into your heels, and knit your ribs in so you can feel your core engage. Try to bring your arms more in line with your ears, but not at the expense of your chest. So if you find you're expanding your chest to be able to move your arms back, then come out of it a little bit. Wrap those ribs in again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward, straightening your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step both feet to the back of the mat, coming into high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, pulling your chest through, finding the back bend. Exhale, tucking your toes under as you shift your hips up and back. Down dog. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, and then step the right foot through in between your hands. Cartwheel your arms up as you lift your torso and spin your left heel down onto the mat. Warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Check your alignment. Do you have heel to arch alignment? Make sure the front knee is not tracking in, but rather pushing outward. Take another breath here. And then start to bend your torso towards the front of the room about 45 degrees, bringing the right elbow on top of the right knee. Left arm extends to the ceiling. Option one, stay here. Option two, extend the left arm towards the front of the room, reaching those fingertips up overhead. Option three, release the right hand to the inside of the right foot for your extended side angle. Each variation is extended side angle. Just pick which works for you. Take another breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift your torso up. Arms come to a T. Turn the back knee outward and bend it. So you come into goddess squat, a wide-legged squat. Hold it here. Inhale and exhale. Sit a little deeper. Inhale and exhale. On your inhale, spin both feet to the front of the room, lifting your arms overhead, coming into crescent lunge. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, framing your right foot. Now, try to bring your right foot behind your left hand here, and then lower your right knee down to the mat, lowering your left knee down to the mat, coming into pigeon pose. Hips are square. Keep your torso lifted to start. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you want, walk your hands in front of you on the mat, reaching far, far out, really lengthening your spine, getting deeper into your hip. Send the breath to wherever it needs to go to help you release any stress and tension in this posture. Then on your next inhale, walk your hands back in towards your midline. Allow your hip to sit now to the right, rolling open, and then extend your right leg out to the right, coming into Upavista Konasana, a wide-legged position. Inhale here as you lengthen your spine. Find the length from your tailbone to your crown. Open your legs. Make sure your knees are pointing up and that you're externally rotating your legs. Good. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat in front of you, maybe crawling them a little further forward, keeping the external rotation of your legs so those knees continue to point up at the ceiling. Keep breathing. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, start walking your hands back in towards your midline so you can lift your torso up. Reach behind and underneath your knees, bending your legs and bringing the soles of your feet to the mat. Still a little bit wide. Keep them wider than your hips. Have the toes turned outward. Place one hand in front of you, one hand behind. Push into the mat to lift your hips forward. And then bring your hands to heart center, coming into your Malasana Yogi Squat. If you have to maneuver a little differently to get into this position, that's totally fine. Do whatever you need to do in your body. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Push those knees open with your elbows. And exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, plant your palms on the mat in front of you, shifting the weight into those palms, then straighten the legs. Good. Start to walk your hands a quarter turn to the right, towards the front of the room, turning all 10 toes. Coming into pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine a little bit. Your fingertips are still on the mat. And then exhale, maybe folding deeper over that extended right leg. Inhale. And exhale. Back foot can point out slightly. Take another breath here. And then plant your left palm into the mat. Twist your torso to the right, raising your right arm to the ceiling, finding the twist in your pyramid. Finding length in your spine and width from fingertip to fingertip. Really wide collarbone here. Opening that chest, opening the heart. And then release the hand to the mat. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bringing your arms overhead, maybe slight back bend. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center for Tadasana. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, sit your hips back and down, finding chair pose, wrapping those ribs in, pointing the tailbone towards the floor. Weight is shifted into your heels. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale as you hinge forward, straightening your legs, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, bend your knees, step your feet to the back of the mat, high plank. Hold on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale as you shift your hips up and back, tuck your toes, down dog. Take a breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale as you lift your left leg up behind you. Exhale, bend your left knee, bring it towards your nose, shifting into plank, and then stepping the left foot in between your hands. Cartwheel your arms up and open to a T as you release your right heel onto the mat, warrior two. Check for heel to arch alignment and make sure your front knee is pointed towards the outside edge of that left foot. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale as you start to tilt your torso towards the front of the room. Bend your left elbow, putting it on top of your left knee. Right arm lifts towards the sky. Option one, stay here for extended side angle. Option two, reach your right hand towards the front of the room. Bicep near your ear, fingertips reach forward beyond your head. Option three, release your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Keep your heart open here. Look either at that wall or maybe even look up at the ceiling. Take another breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, cartwheel your arms up to a T, coming back into your warrior two. Good. Now turn your right knee outward, bending it, coming into goddess squat. Both knees are bent. Both feet are turned outward about 45 degrees. Sit down a little lower. Arms are still in that T. Strengthening our glutes and our thighs here. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Turn to the front of the room. Bring your arms overhead, coming into crescent lunge. Left knee is bent. Right leg is straight. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the mat, framing the left foot. Try to bring the left foot behind the right hand, scoot it over a little bit, and then lower the left knee to the mat. Lower the right knee to the mat. Keep the hips square, coming into pigeon pose. Lift the torso to start. Take an inhale here. Exhale, start to walk the hands forward, bending over that knee, coming down with your torso. Maybe your forehead can come to the mat. Maybe you stay on your forearms. Maybe you're on your palms still. That's okay. Be where you are. It's beautiful. Stay right there and feel the stretch. Breathe deeply into it. Take another breath. And on your next inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your midline, lifting your torso. Now shift onto your hips, allowing yourself to open to the back of the room. Then extend your left leg. So both legs are widely extended on the mat. Knees point upward. Flex your feet. Coming into Upavista Konasana. Find the length in your spine first. So length from your tailbone to your crown. And when you found that, inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge as you fold. Bring your hands to the mat. Keeping those knees pointed upward. Maybe walking the hands a little further on the mat. Finding the length in your spine as you fold forward and really get into those hips. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, start walking your hands back in towards your midline, lifting your torso, finding length. Exhale as you bring your hands underneath your knees to bend your knees, lift them up. Soles of the feet come to the mat. Toes are pointed outward here, and the feet are wider than your hips. Place one hand in front of you, one hand behind you, and push your weight into your hands as you shift your hips forward and up, lifting them up off the mat. Coming into your Malasana Yogi squat, then bring your hands to heart center. Your elbows come to the inside of your knees, and you push those knees open as you lift your heart. Lift your chest. Try to find length in your spine here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your palms on the mat in front of you, shifting the weight into your hands so you can lift your hips, straighten your legs. Start to walk your hands towards the front of the room. Take a quarter turn. Left toes face the front of the room. Right toes can point outward a little bit, up at the top right corner of your mat. Inhale as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward into pyramid pose. Maybe that forehead can come down to the knee or to the shin. Just take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. So good. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, plant your right hand onto the mat on the inside of your left foot. Extend your left arm to the sky, twisting your torso to the left, finding that twist in your pyramid pose, finding length in your spine and width in your chest from arm to arm, opening wide, and breathing into this beautiful position. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, release your left hand down to the mat, and then step your right foot forward to meet your left, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, rise to stand with a flat back, arms come overhead. Exhale, release your hands in front of your heart center. Good. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step your feet to the back of the mat. Hold on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, take a child's pose. Knees go down, hips go back onto your heels. Extend those arms long on the mat as you bring your forehead to the mat. Good. On your next inhale, lift your hips up. Bring your knees, hips width distance. Feet are the same. And walk your hands back in front of your knees. Lift your torso up. Come to kneeling. Tuck your toes under. Bring your hands behind your back to the bottom, or to your hips, as if you were putting them into jeans pockets. Push your hips forward. Inhale, open your heart as you start to look up, keeping those hips pushing forward, coming into that back bend, Ustrasana, camel pose. Breathe here. You can continue to go into that back bend if your hips are pushing forward, and if you feel strong and you know you can hold it and come out of it. On your next inhale, come up. Release your feet onto the mat, untucking your toes. Hips go down onto your heels, maybe widen your knees a little bit. Come back into child's pose. Forehead to the mat, stretch those arms out long. Good. Inhale as you lift your hips. Walk your hands back in front of your knees. Come to kneeling position again. Knees or hips with distance. Tuck those toes under if you wish, or if you want to try another variation, you can keep the toes untucked if you have the space for it. Inhale as you bring your hands behind your hips like they're in jeans pockets. Exhale to prep. Then inhale, open your heart, look up, push your hands into your hips as you keep those hips pointing forward. Perhaps releasing one hand or maybe both down. Take another breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift your torso up. Exhale, open your knees, sit your hips down, come into child's pose. Forehead comes to the mat. Just breathe as you relax here. Inhale as you lift your hips. Walk your hands back in front of your knees. And then cross your feet behind you. Set your hips down behind your crossed legs and then release them out in front of you. Good. Extend your legs long on the mat. Flex your feet. Bend your right knee and then pick your right foot up off the mat. Turn the right knee outward and try to bring the sole of your right foot to your left elbow, wrapping your forearm around it, and then bringing your right elbow around the right knee, maybe clasping the hands together, kind of like we're rocking a baby here. If you can't do this, that's okay. You just work on bringing the right foot in towards your midline while pushing the right knee away. Lengthen your spine as you find this stretch in your hips. Take another breath. And then release the right foot. Bend the left knee. Let's do the same on this side. Lift the left foot up. Try to push the left knee away from you while pulling the left foot in towards you. And then the sole of the left foot comes to the inside of your right elbow. Left elbow wraps around the knee. Maybe your forearms can come all the way around the shin and your hands can clasp together in front of it. Flex that left foot. Lengthen your spine here. Don't lose the length. Don't start rounding your spine. Beautiful, guys. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release the left foot. Roll onto your backs. Roll all the way down onto the mat. Then bring your right knee in towards your chest. Open it slightly to the outside of your right rib cage, so you're pulling that right knee in towards your right armpit. Flex the left foot so you can keep that left leg grounded. Pulling into the Ardha Apanasana, half wind removing pose, getting into that hip, allowing our hip flexor to stretch. Just breathe. And then grab the outer edge of the right knee with your left hand as you release your right arm all the way out to the side, either long or coming into a goalpost or cactus position. Then with your left hand, pull that right knee across your body to the left, finding your spinal twist. Breathe deeply and slowly through your nose. Come back to center. Release the right leg long on the mat. Bend the left knee and bring it in towards your chest. And like before, try to avoid the rib cage by bringing it out slightly, as if you could pull the left knee into the left armpit. Flex your right foot, ground that right leg, and just pull. Keep your neck long here. Spine is on the mat. And then place your right hand onto your knee. Extend your left arm out to the side, either long or in a goalpost or cactus position, and then pull your left knee across your body to the right. Find your spinal twist. Good. On your next inhale, come back to center. Release both legs long on the mat. Stretch your arms up above you while stretching your legs below you. Just find some real length here as you pull in opposite directions. And then bend both of your knees, bring them into your chest, wrapping your forearms around them, or maybe just hands on your knees. And try to release your spine onto the mat. Keep your neck long. Open your knees up and reach your arms through the insides of your knees, maybe grabbing at your ankles, or perhaps your peace fingers can wrap around your big toes. Then simply lift your feet so that they're flexing at the ceiling. Knees are still bent, thighs are still coming to wrap around your rib cage. Coming in happy baby. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Then release your happy baby. Extend your legs long on the mat. Open your arms to the sides of your body. Let them rest on the mat with your palms facing up. Allow your feet to gently flop open to each side as they naturally will. And then close your eyes. Let everything go. Let yourself just be here in this posture as your body just processes and integrates everything you just did. Find some moments of quiet and solitude in your beautiful Shavasana. And slowly start to bring some awareness back into your body. Maybe just notice the rise and fall of your abdomen as you breathe, the expansion of your rib cage on your inhale, and the contraction on your exhale. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your heart, and then roll to your left side. Coming through fetal pose. Push your hands into the mat, keeping your eyes closed. Lift yourself up, coming into a seated position, and allow your hands to fall wherever they may. Inhale and exhale. Return to your intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. If there's anything to do with it, if it was done, if it's changed, no right or wrong answer. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, palms come to touch, hands come down in front of your heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. Namaste.